So inequalities are very similar to an equation, except instead of getting one value that can satisfy it, so x equals 3, you get a range. So x is greater than 3 or less than or equal to 3. So if you look at the first example, x plus 7 is greater than 12. So what that means is that x can be any number, so that when I add it to 7, your answer is greater than 12. So if you take 7 off both sides, you end up with x has to be greater than 5. Which makes sense. Put x equals 6, x equals 7, x equals 8, etc. The value of x plus 7 will be greater than 12. So when we solve an inequality, you do exactly what you do for equations. If it says plus 7, you minus 7. If it says times 3, you divide by 3. But there is one very important difference, and that is if you multiply or divide by a negative, then the sign has to change direction. Okay, so if you have a look at number 2, we've got minus 2x is greater than 10. So in order to solve that, I need to divide both sides by negative 2. So when I do that, I end up with x, and then I have to change the sign so it points in the other direction, and then 10 divided by 2, negative 2, sorry, is negative 5. So it's really important that you remember to change that sign, otherwise your answers aren't going to make sense. If we had x is greater than negative 5 and you put, say, negative 4 into your original equation, negative 2 times negative 4 is 8. 8 is not greater than 10. Okay, so you must change the sign or your answer isn't going to be correct. We'll go through some examples here. We've got 5x plus 2 is less than or equal to 3. So again, you solve it just like a normal equation. So your first step needs to be to subtract the 2 from either side. And when you do that, you're going to get 5x is less than or equal to 3. And then you should be able to tell me that, well, I just need to divide by 5. The fact that this isn't an equal sign doesn't change what we need to do. The steps are exactly as if they would be for an equation. So x is less than or equal to 3 over 5. Same deal with the next one. 8m plus 4 is greater than 1. So I'm going to skip out the red writing now. We're just going to do the steps that you guys should be getting comfortable with doing. Subtracting 4 from both sides. So 8m is greater than negative 3. And then we need to divide by 8. So m is greater than negative 3 over 8. Now they can complicate things by putting our equation in between two signs. Okay, you've got two options when you're solving this one. You can continue to work both sides of the equations as if there was two sets of equal signs, or you can split them. So if I split these, then the first thing I need to do is 10 is greater than or equal to 2x plus 7. So then you're going to minus 7, so 3 is greater than or equal to 2x, and then you'll divide by 2, so 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to x, and then you'll work the other side, so you'll get 2x plus 7 is greater than 1, subtract the 7, so 2x is greater than negative 6, and divide by 2, so x is greater than negative 3. And then what you do is you put them back together and you say, well, 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to x, which is greater than negative 3. So if we want to treat it all as one thing, then we work it just like an equation, 2x plus 7, so I need to subtract 7. And when I do it, I have to subtract it from everything. So I end up with 3 is greater than or equal to 2x, which is greater than negative 6. And then still looking at the x, that's what decides what we're going to do next. I need to divide by 2, so I'm going to do that to both sides here as well. And I get 3 over 2 is greater than or equal to x, which is greater than negative 3. Same answer either way, but if you find the second method too confusing, stick with the first. Okay. That's what you need to be able to do exercise 3.4. Again, do as much as you need to. If you've seen these before, you should be pretty comfortable. See you in class.